I thought that the Broncos, obviously, the defense was outstanding. They had to harass Brady. We know they're going to move the ball down the field. He's going to pick apart any defense, whether you're rating number one or you rated 1,000 or you're the 72 Dolphins defense, Monsters of the Midway Chicago Bears defense.
The Orange Crush.
Yeah, Orange Crush. 2000 Ravens defense. If you get this guy time, he's going to shred anybody. So they got after Tom Brady. They harassed him. He looked uncomfortable. He looked, I don't want to say scared, but he looked definitely jittery. They moved him off his spot, and, man, it just the Patriots could never really get nothing going at the end. Now, I thought that the Broncos shouldn't have ever let him got that last touchdown with 12 seconds left, or it was or so.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, you know he finna throw it to Gronkowski. Who else is he going to throw it to in that situation? But somehow double-teamed.
4th and 10 on the 50-yard line. It's 4th and 10, and he just goes straight down the scene. I forgot about that play. He goes straight down the scene, beats 2 dudes. I mean, I don't know. I think it was just more will than anything on those plays.
Well, now that I think about it, I mean, I'm not trying to nitpick against the Patriots or anything. That was a perfect throw. I will say that about Tom Brady, but I thought the safety, he was a backup safety. They didn't have their 2 starting safeties. They both were sidelined momentarily with injuries.
Yeah, I saw T.J. Ward got hurt.
So they had 2 backup safeties in. And I thought the safety, what they wanted to do was play a defense called man 2 under, where you have a safety over the top and you have a linebacker or a defensive back playing underneath. So essentially what you have is a guy over and a guy under, whoever you're double teaming. And in this case, it was Gronkowski. But somehow Gronkowski was able to split the 2. And Tom Brady he threw a perfect pass right in the stride. He didn't even have to slow down or nothing, because any little margin for error, that would have been an incomplete pass. So it was an excellent play.
I tell you that while you're talking about it. That play, to me, was just, like you said, that was just offense beating defense. Even though the defense, like you said, there wasn't experienced people out there. Like if that was T.J. Ward or what's the other safety name?
Or Darius Stewart. If it was one of those guys out there, they probably would have made a play on the ball. But that's the way the football happens. And like I said, if you throwing it perfect like that, it don't matter who playing safety, to be honest. I thought that the safety could have done a better job covering, but the throw was so perfect, it's hard to make that argument. As much
now,
as
the touchdown pass was just, to me, it was a prayer. And Gronkowski just looked like he was going after a rebound almost. Like, it was just straight will.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. But it's just the fact that he was double-teamed. And, I mean, he finna throw it to Gronkowski. He was under duress, and he put enough air on it to give him time to get to it. And I was very nervous at that point in the game. So I'm like, oh, man, here we go again.
Yeah, because if it would have went to overtime, it would have got a little interesting. I think Denver would have probably still pulled it out. But
I would have been biting my nails, man.
Yeah, you could tell.
Biting my fingers off.
And, yeah, before I make a comment towards what you were saying, just the stats here, I'm looking at it. Peyton Manning, 17 for 32, 176 yards and 2 touchdowns was enough. Rushing, C.J. Anderson, 16 carries for 72 yards. Receiving, Emmanuel Sanders had 62 on 5 receptions.
Right.
He threw it to a bunch of people, a bunch of different receivers. Yeah, that's Peyton Manning.
Yeah, and that's the kind of game I kind of drew up once I started to think about it, because I was like,
and that defense, man. Look, all I knew, the story of the game for me, from what I saw, was defense, defense, defense. Denver's defense has been good all year, and I guess they felt kind of disrespected that people thought that Brady and them was going to come out and score 28, 30 points against them. And for some reason, I just had this bad feeling that wasn't going to be the case. I mean, that defense has been stout all year against all types of people.
Well, yeah, the defense had me convinced after the Green Bay game when they shut Aaron Rodgers out like they did. I don't even think he had, I forget what the stat was, but he barely cracked 100 yards. I'm going to go out and say that. I'm not sure. But they done a phenomenal job. And once I saw that, I figured the defense, it would never be the defense's fault why this team didn't make the playoffs or win the division or even make it to the Super Bowl. it would be something with the offense or some other blunder on special teams, what have you.